Yo, what's up? Oh, I was wondering why. I was like, I look so weird today. Why do I look strange and unusual?
Because you don't have crazy light.
Because I don't have crazy light. Oh God, that
normal light.
I have normal light. So bright light. Crap.
First time we're seeing Aaron in actual daylight.
There you go. It is done. I did it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game of Santos. We missed you. It's been so long. It's been it's been plus a week, but then we had to.
It's been.
Considering the fact that I was having withdrawal symptoms as of Monday.
Yeah. We couldn't not scratch that itch. It's like when you get a mosquito bite and you know that you're not supposed to scratch them, but you can't help it because you really need. It's fine.
You just put a dollop of deodorant over
Daisy.
I was gonna say Miracle Whip, but that works. Deodorant works. Deodorant. Huh. I'll have to try that next time.
But you have to get that not like the powder, like the gel kind, and like a dollop over it, smothers it, and then it stops the itching.
I've heard toothpaste can do that too.
The more you know.
Bijan mustard.
Bijan.
Sriracha.
Bijan. What? Where? Bijan. Sriracha. Yes, put sriracha on your mosquito bites. You heard it here first. Sriracha on your. Oh, hi, Bobby. Sriracha on your mosquito bites.
You don't have any sriracha. Lemon and salt works well too.
Are we cooking? What is happening here?
Sprinkle a little coriander on your
We're just baking our mosquito bite.
It's
I feel like we're
fine.
sponsored by Big Mosquito now. We're just flavoring ourselves.
Yeah.
Probably. I can see that. All right.
This human came with seasoning.
Yeah, it's fine. Welcome to a lovely evening. Yes. Welcome to a lovely evening where we got lots of fun and exciting things planned. But first, these messages. I don't think I have any much in the way of announcements. Come hang out with us on Monday for Kids on Bikes as we continue with the adventure of those poor kids in Glenwood, Mississippi in the year 2000, the year of a lot of music that will give you a lot of flashbacks if you listen to it. I was gonna try and name some, and then my mind went completely blank. No doubt, because we've talked about a lot of No Doubt in that show. Daria's favorite band.
La 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 la.
Yeah, exactly. It's all good. So.
Are they the ones who sing that song, The Kids Are Alright?
No, that's another band that I also know but cannot think of at the moment. In any case, we have that coming. Also, gonna go ahead and throw this out there now. Sunday, the 18th, we have a very special Lore Dumplings coming to you that afternoon with a smorgasbord of familiar faces and a couple of new ones. Well, one new one at least. We're going to be hanging out with our old friends Martel and Sybil and Iskra, along with our friend Pip from Marquee Gaming. We're going to be diving into the Knights of the Living Order and seeing what we can create with that. Might even have a couple of other special little surprises planned for that night. So stay tuned for more details.
You may remember
with the Night of the Living
Knights
Dead.
of the Living Order from the Silvery Moon Arc, or Rescuers from the Abyss.
Yes, they. I was gonna say single-handedly, but they had a little help. they helped rescue Galil from the depths of the abyss.
They hand-and-a-halfedly.
Multi-handedly. All right.
Little.
I miss
Also,
Rubrion.
I miss Rubrion. Don't we all? No, we don't. No, never mind.
Well, you say that, but Galil did cross him, so that does make a bit of clinical sense.
Oh my God! All right. Also, next Tuesday is gonna be our 200th episode, roundabout. So I don't know. We should try and plan to do something crazy for Tuesday. Well, we've got a couple of, I was gonna say we have a week, but now that it's Thursday, we have less than a week. We'll figure something out. We'll do something for a crazy 200.
Do a
gotta
one
keep them separated.
Yeah.
Or we can finally do the summer beach special.
You know,
It's
I think we talked about this with someone this week, and I mentioned that it was the 200th episode, and they're like, sounds like you got to do your beach episode. So I guess we'll see what you guys get done today, and maybe who knows where you're going to end up. So maybe you will be on a beach episode.
I mean, if we get lost in the desert during this little travel capade, we could, hallucinate an oasis and pretend it's a beach, and then, throw Destiny.
We're all just
at
there,
that.
like hallucinating, like drinking.
Juice. Yes, the cactus juice. Exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah. Cactus juice from
Ember Island episode.
We could hallucinate a Tatooine episode. Since,
Hey,
Star
there
Wars
you
is a
go.
big thing around the Discord too.
Yeah. Dreamy. I remember it was with you, but I don't remember if it was like during Kids on Bikes or whatnot. But yeah, regardless, here we are. There we go. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and roll that intro and get into tonight's episode of Game of Santos. Game of Santos. Yeah!
I've always been a Toad racer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is everybody in the right spot?
Chaotic.
Yes.
Chaos.
Okay. We did it. Yay, guys, we
I'm the
did
best.
it.
I sort of love that the first thing we heard upon coming back was, I've always been a Toad racer.
Sometimes you just you find strange hobbies on the internet, and sometimes you can race some frogs or toads.
One too many clicks. That's all it takes. One too many.
Yeah, you're like
Looking at you, clickety clackety. No.
I like how it looks
Wow.
like Squidward is whispering something slyly into Kindred's ear.
If there was ever a time where there was a crossover, it would 100% be Squidward whispering something into Kindred's ear.
Yeah.
Squidward is my conscience.
Oh no, we're doomed. We're all doomed.
And why are you not wearing your uniform?
That has replaced his conscience.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and jump into the recap. Are you prepared, Kindred?
What?
It's fine. It's fine. I had to.
That's what Squidward was trying to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
It's your
I thought
fault.
he was trying to tell me my coupon was expired. I mean, I could throw something together. We'll be season something. Let's see if it comes out.
You're good. Last time, the game of Santos. You guys had. Well, it was a very interesting episode as I had been rewatching this today and yesterday. In the fact that I think we nailed it towards the end, where Renan made the comment about it being a real time 3 hours that we played, and about 3 hours took place in the episode, but there was a lot that went down. We had Galil going over and having a very in-depth conversation with Amaranth, a apprentice lich for one of the high liches within the Circle of 8, the top elite, if you will, of the Thayan Empire. They had a little bit of a discussion of a couple of things, and he confronted her about their involvement in this, the brigade's keeping alive, or being kept alive.
It's
Yeah. Also, Iskra and Renan had a little run-in with one of Iskra's older Knights of Silver Moon contact, Criterion, a young half-orc boy who had helped her into the Knights of Silver Moon Order, and had been with her for a while until being called away to Ravnica for some reason unknown, having nothing to do with the fact that Githyanki pummeled the Living Guild Pack into 50 million iterations, but we won't talk about that. That didn't happen, it's fine. As well as a dream, a sequence at the end of the evening, where everyone was called together in the night, but not by the usual Afriel's hands, but into a space that Galil himself had managed to conjure up as a oracle of Afriel, after which Afriel was summoned. And you guys had a very interesting tell-all where the experiences of both Kindred and Galil were shared with everyone in the party as regards to Amaranth and the things that they had seen earlier in that day.
Without consent.
Just gotta throw that in there. I didn't want him to know. All right. Oh my god. Words of Aiden. You dork. All right. More like not so living guild pack. Well, you know, I'm sure he's fine. He's out there somewhere.
Yeah, he just got like Thanos. That's
a thing.
It doesn't exist anymore. Okay.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure nothing in the worst could possibly happen. All right, let me rest in pieces. Oh god, I love you guys. Okay, hold on. And so now, as we get started, the bed creaks slightly as Afriel sits on it, staring out the open windows of his room. The sun has only just begun to set, and the colors are fading across the horizon as night approaches. His eyes begin to sting, and he wipes away a tear, and then another. his hands shaking. His heart is racing. He mumbles to himself in Celestial. The winged night, in a dream uncalled, will mark the start of it. This was it. This was the beginning. The actual beginning. And it's here now. Pushing away from the bed, Afriel gets up and moves over to the balcony. He considers calling her name as he looks out over the city, but stops himself. From here, you can see that there are people that are beginning to leave the hall from the city's center. Troops returning from battle. Some being helped along by their comrades. He stares numbly at these soldiers, these survivors, who had returned from a fight he had sent them to. The pain stabs through his heart, and he looks up at the horizon where the stars are starting to show. I'm so sorry, he whispers, knowing it's intended we'll never hear those words. At least not now. Maybe one day. Afriel takes a shirt that lay over a chair and slips it on as he walks out the door. Sleep can wait. Atet, deep within the city, her eyes open on her physical body, the hair floating around her face as though floating underwater. A small space, a small window, shows the cavernous space where the Mythalar is housed and where Atet's body is kept. As her eyes open, she sees on the other side Neferu. Neferu comes over to the window and places a hand up on the glass. A smile on her face as she sees her old friend. Atet mirrors the smile and then mirrors the hand on the window and places another hand on the other side as she starts to float up to the window's ledge. Friend. Sister. Deeper in the city, a elven woman sits with a small group of people here in this bar. Leary shares a drink with a few new comrades that she has met, telling them stories of the hunt from the Fae and her adventures with her longtime companion Eliodora. Even with all that is going on, the stories bring laughter and confidence. The door opens up, and in its space, Denissa walks in, looking recently patched up and bandaged around an arm. She takes a few cautious steps into the room. Leary immediately gets up and embraces her friend. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see you. You've made it back in one piece, mostly.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Careful with the rib.
You are going to have to tell me these stories of what happened. Here, a drink, please, for my friend. She guides you over to the table. Denissa, may I introduce to you some new friends I've just made?
Right.
She gestures to a human man, a woman, and a tall bugbear that looks maybe a little too big for the chair he's sitting in.
Nice to meet all of you. You'll have to forgive me. I am not in my best state.
It's fine. Sit down. Let's talk. Elsewhere, in the depths of a tet, Afriel walks into the workshop and labs beneath the city, where the more arcanely inclined citizens work tirelessly to make sure that the rebellion has a fighting chance against the Thayan Empire. One room in particular houses a broken horned tiefling whose goggles cover his eyes as he tinkers with flame and metals, working his own magics to create something of marvel, no doubt. Vice, Afriel says, and then realizes that maybe it is not quite heard and thus changes to a more mental approach. Vice. That did it. Vice immediately puts whatever tools was in his hands behind his back, as though he had just been caught with his hands in a cookie jar. What? No, it's nothing. I'm not on fire. It's fine. Afriel smiles. What tools do you have ready? I have a favor to ask. Vice nods and lifts his goggles from his apparently soot-stained face. Oh, right. I know. Farlight was here, and, yes, will this do? Afriel shakes his head with a smile on his face. Yeah. He's gonna miss this. As the morning comes, all of you awaken as the light starts to pour into your windows and into your tents. A new day has started. And now, you all have a shared memory, an event that has taken place that over the night, knowledge that you may or may not have known before. So, as we get started, Iskra and Renan. As Iskra, you wake up. Renan, you had your fingers going already. Or were you say something?
Two things. The first one, I will already be standing like just outside the tent, kind of just basking in the morning.
Okay.
And going through a meditation / prayer to Hirsonos. And also Dreamy is threatening you.
Oh yeah, I saw that. just as you said it, I read it. Good to know. Okay. So, Iskra, as you awaken and roll over in your cot, you look over to the other side and see that most all of the other occupants of the tent have already left. But you see the shadow of Renan on the other side of the tent flap just outside.
I, rub my eyes a little, stretch, get up, and poke my head out of the tent before getting ready for the day, making sure that there's nothing urgent going on.
Okay.
Hey, Renan. Oh, Ilowen. Good morning.
Good morning, Iris. How did you sleep?
About as well as we could, right? With the interruption.
Fair enough. Would you care to join me for some meditation before we have to go to perform for the breakfast?
It's been a while since I have. If we still have time, sure, I'll just get changed. I think I'm feeling a bit better today.
I am glad to hear it. It's about time you stopped looking like death.
Well,
Wow. Wow.
clothes still don't fit quite right, but hopefully they've got a lot of food.
True enough. A good meal would certainly help perk me up as well.
I'll be out in just a minute. The flaps of the tent close, and I go back to my cot and get myself changed for the day, grab my trapezoidal stringed santour, put it on my back, kind of adjust my growing in hair, the blonde mostly at the ends at this point.
Very fashionable.
Replaced by darker colors. Put on my coat. Keep it loose though, since we are in the desert. And walk on out to meet the day here in this trade caravan.
Walking out, you see that the large sauropods that make up the primary carry-all of this group are being loaded up. They have had their platforms placed onto their back where they can put the packaging on, and all of those are currently in the process of being strapped down and getting ready for travel. The same you can see with some of the smaller dinosaurs as well. They have their own small packages and bundles. Some of the tents are starting to be broken down and gathered together, folded up, and placed into baskets and wrapped up with all sorts of ropes and coils, getting prepared for travel, though it still looks like it's a ways off before they are ready to go. Preparations look like they are being made.
Looking at the dinosaurs, or the sauropods,
Yeah.
I look at Renan and over at the giant creatures and say, I wonder what goes through their heads.
It would certainly be interesting to find out. Perhaps we can ask our feline friend to
I
ask
was
them.
thinking about that too.
You do look
Oh
much
no,
better
what have I
today.
done? So gonna be talking to dinosaurs.
You do look much better today.
Thank you. With what we've been through, I wouldn't be surprised if this lasts more than a few days. But I do feel like I have a lot of strength back. I don't think I'll struggle as much as I have been anymore anyway, as long as we don't run into anything more like that.
To be fair, for what it is worth, during this particular expedition, we aren't supposed to need to fight anything.
True, but it still takes skill and concentration to do what we do here. I pat the instrument on my back, wood making a little soft thud.
Absolutely. And I will just kind of like, while chit-chatting, start to go through some basic almost yoga poses, but not quite.
I'll follow along. This isn't dissimilar to what I'm used to practicing with our other friend on the Reclaimer.
Very true. Though I believe you get more out of it than I do. All I get is a centered mind and some slightly less difficult joints.
It doesn't help you tune to the wind's mood today. It does me.
I always feel attuned to the wind.
Lucky that it comes naturally to you.
I suppose you could say my relationship with the wind is probably not something you would particularly want.
And why do you say that?
You don't seem to be over fond of gods.
You've got that right. I'm still getting used to the idea of them everywhere, lording over us. It just feels like another layer of control. I'm not too fond of it.
Where I am from, they are as disconnected as they can be. It is against their law to interfere in the world of mortals as a god.
Then again, there's been times, you know, with the eclipse or at the Temple of Saloon, where there's been things they've done and said that have been useful, or at least people representing them.
Very true. Not all of them are good, but enough of them are. And I suppose that will have to do.
Still not totally convinced they're not really just in it for themselves at the end of the day, but I don't begrudge them that. It's what any of us are here for, right? I mean, we try to do the best we can in the circumstance we're given. I hope that we wind up being good people, but I mean, look at here, Thay. No one chose to be born here, right? If you and I had been, we could be on the different side of things.
True. And then we would have someone trying to come and kill us.
Guess we shouldn't say that too loudly.
You guys look around, and not really anybody within earshot, but
That's why I've been very soft-spoken through all of this. Is I'm very hushed tones.
Yeah, for sure.
So, your circlet, have you had any ideas about what we'll do to try to get it back?
Not as of yet. But we will have, what, 10 days? Probably. To get it back.
10 days. All right. If, you need me to slink anywhere, just, let me know. I'll see what I can do. I tap my canteen briefly, and then twist with the desert breeze.
Nice.
I certainly appreciate it. But as old as I am, I'm willing to be as patient as I need to be to get it back.
I just nod.
No brash decisions. Though, I do wonder what brash decisions are going to come with that child.
Yeah. I worry about him coming along. But I kind of worry about him staying too.
I fear that I am in the same... What is the term? I am in the same boat. I believe. Perhaps we should go and get ready for the breakfast performance before anybody comes looking.
I think I'm about as ready as I'll be. How about you take the lead this time? I think I'd like to play along to something that is natural to you.
Perhaps something upbeat that can get a good start to the day. Though I fear I only know it in one language, and nobody here speaks it.
Oh, well, it's less the lyrics, but the mood that is important. I'm sure I'll be able to follow along just fine. I like that idea. We're about to set off on a journey. Why not set it off on the right foot?
I agree.
Alrighty.
So I guess we walk off toward the tent. Or towards the tents where the eating areas are. Is it in the
Whatever is happening,
Can't
yes.
remember.
Wherever there is food, you follow your nose and get to some breakfast.
Sneef, 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 sneef. Ooh, waffles.
All right. So, those of you at the Twisted Coin, as the day starts and the light begins to leak into your respective rooms, Sol, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So yeah, at first light, Soul's going to get up and he wants to make an early trip over there to where we have to meet up with Renan and Iskra's caravan. But before he goes, he's going to see if anyone's available to order some quick food to eat on the way.
Alrighty. Poe, thank you, Bobby, for the posture check.
Posture check, everybody.
Perfect.
All right, and
For everyone but
downward
me.
dog.
Fuck that! I can barely stand up.
You're good.
In that case, I'm gonna sit very like Conan the Barbarian on a throne for now.
Yeah, just lean back. Perfect.
Little gruff.
We'll
everyone-
Photoshop a harriman behind you then.
Bobby, for everyone but Iskra. Iskra's posture is always on point. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks. All right. So,
Available.
you-
So,
all right, sorry, Sander. I was gonna say, I would imagine probably everyone probably wakes up around the same time, ish anyway, to be up and ready for whatever you guys are gonna be doing
No.
today.
I do remember Soul saying last episode that he was
Gonna go
intending to wake up early. so-
Earlier, yeah.
oh, true. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're getting up early, then probably nobody is up unless you wake them up. Unless
I
anybody
am.
else. Oh, well, yeah. The elves would probably be awake before the others would be.
Arjun would have very purposely taken this last moment to sleep rather than trance.
Yeah.
Because he actually enjoys sleeping more than trancing for the most part.
Nice.
Sometimes you just need more than a popular 90s genre of music.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Amazing.
He much prefers 80s German techno, if we're going to be real specific. Gotta get some new age in there.
Just can't always trance. I mean, it's nice most of the time. But
It's fair.
Wow.
But I stay cooped up in my room, doing wizard stuff, kindred stuff. Who the fuck knows?
Which, to that degree, what are you doing in your room?
Looking
this
over
stream's
notes.
gonna get banned real quick.
Censored. Probably after I trance, going over things in my journal, trying to piece things together. Borderline, like, what's his name from Always Sunny? Charlie,
Mm-hmm.
with the strings. Just feeling lots of things, trying to connect dots, and after what happened, feeling kind of vulnerable, I guess, in front of Cart. So yeah, stay cooped up until someone comes to like purposely bother me.
Okay. Galil, what are you doing?
Still sleeping or trying to sleep, as I'm purposely trying to remember the events before everybody else woke up in the dreamscape.
Okay. All right, so you're just relaxing for the time being and then waking up and remembering now that everyone has seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Soul, and you go get Sonder? I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. So then the both of you are going to head over to the caravan?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. What are you guys doing?
So when I get there, I mostly want to get there early enough so that I know where everyone is, the caravan. That way I have time. Sonder, I am going to take some time just to get ready for whatever may come. I'm gonna need.
Really true.
Right. So now I assume now we're there already. Are we, Aaron?
Yeah. It's probably about like a 30-minute walk from where you guys are at to get
What does it look
around.
like? What does the terrain look like that we're around?
Well, you mean like the city as a whole, or do you mean like the Caravan Cove?
The caravan, yeah.
The Caravan area? That's where the Caravan Cove looks like you would imagine a harbor in a city, but it's in the desert, and it's still within the canyon walls of the outer ring of Tirachuros, but it has like a compacted earth hill or ramp that goes up to that slopes upward on the outer side of that ring and goes to the surface, basically. So everything else is sheltered within that canyon like ring that goes around each circular section of the city.
I want to find a section, if there's any that I can get to easily, that is already sand or just like dirt.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go to that section and I'm gonna lay down and what is it? Is it dirt or is it sand?
Sand.
Sand. Okay. I'm basically gonna bury myself in sand, just kind of lay down and scoop it over myself, and
He's
ask
taking
Sonder to help if he wants to.
He's taking a sand bath.
Do you want to build a Sandman?
I was going more that one vine where the kid is buried in sand and he's screaming at the ocean. The might of Poseidon or something like that. Ah! Like that one. That's what I'm imagining.
So basically, I am casting the spell. It's gonna take 20 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It's Earthen Ward.
Are you preparing to turn yourself into a cactus? What are we doing?
Oh, well, I can turn into some animals, but I can't turn into plants.
Oh. I mean, you can turn into that thing, right?
Are you looking at a sauropod?
Yeah.
So let's just kind of glance at it a little bit for a while, look at different angles. Yeah, probably. Aaron, I'm gonna need the creature stats for this.
I don't know if you can because it is a really large thing.
Send them to me though.
A baby sauropod.
It's counted as a gargantuan beast.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's within yours.
Or
Yeah,
gargantuan.
like a Taurus.
Yeah, I was
Gargantuan.
gonna say.
It is
I'll take that,
gargantuan.
I always love that word, gargantuan.
Mm-hmm.
What level is it, or what's the word for that?
It's the R rating.
The challenge
the
rating?
CR rating.
5.
Yeah.
giant
yeah.
goodness.
Technically, shouldn't you be able to?
I don't think so, because for me, I think the bigger things I could turn into, for example, like a Quetzalcoatlus, I want to say is like a challenge rating of like a 3.
Okay.
I can confirm that though.
Yeah, we gotta find you a baby sauropod that you can look at so you can
Right. The
imitate it.
smaller one that the redhead has. Bastion.
The machine.
Yeah.
The let's see, a triceratops. You mean? Basically, one of its kin.
Basically a giant goat, right?
It is a huge beast, but its challenge rating is also 5. I think it's more of a size thing. There are certain size creatures that he can't turn into.
Yeah, a
Size
Quetzalcoatlus is a challenge rating of a 2.
No.
So,
Okay.
what is Earth and War? What does that do?
Well, so I was pretty much just telling Aaron what I was doing. I wasn't saying it out loud.
Okay.
You just think I'm burying myself in sand for the moment.
I bet this feels nice.
Like a sand bath. I've seen chickens do it all the time. They just like they get down and then cover themselves with dirt.
So, would be thinking he was about to say like, "Oh, well, if you want to join me, you can," but he's also thinking like, "Well, that'll probably dry out Saunders, so maybe not."
Yeah, it's just mud everywhere. It's on
Covered in
it.
sand.
Sounds terrible.
When you get wet, I don't like sugar cookie myself.
Yeah, the video of the little squeaking African rain frog, and it's got like sand all stuck to its body.
Yeah, that's what it is. Confirmed. All right. So while you guys are doing that, then, you three back are still at the Twisted Coins.
Is it like normal daylight hours now?
Oh yeah.
Like, I finally come out, look around, point to the rooms.
Time is over. Good job.
Breakfast time is over.
Breakfast time is over. Good
Got the
job.
plates from breakfast.
Breakfast time. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good though. Like it's just a thing that we have to have. Sorry.
So I'll point to the other rooms and just message, be like, Galil, are you up?
Yeah.
Arjun, are you awake?
Message back. What do you want?
We need to go shopping and get supplies. So come on. I don't want to do this either, but we can't be late for our first day of work. And I'd do the same thing to Arjun if he messaged back.
You probably would overhear Arjun kind of trudging down the stairs, kind of just preparing for the shit show that is the day that they're going to have.
The spurs jingling.
Galileo's up and around, but Adam's having issues right now. My head is killing me. I need to go blow my nose. I'll be back.
Go for it.
Soul and Sunder would be the happy, like, morning people, and then Kindred's the one that wakes everyone up.
Yeah. If I gotta be up, everyone's gotta be up.
If I'm awake, everyone's awake.
God, what you must have been like on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
You woke everyone up on the 23rd.
Renan. Oh, Renan's face. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of like get the group together, and then we paid our tabs up, right, for our rooms.
If not, do it now.
I want to say someone did last time.
Yeah, you guys are covered for several
Right,
nights,
like,
I believe.
okay, I did.
You paid up front.
I think Sonder did actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Paid for everyone's.
So then, if the group's willing, I start the venture into Thamart.
I will say
no.
there's one thing in particular that Arjun is looking for. I have no delusions that this exists in this fantasy world, but I want them to so badly. I want some highly reflective aviators. I want them to go full Joel McHale in Community, pulling
You
off
want-
shenanigans in the
You want
Oasis.
obsidian lenses?
I literally put in my
Obsidian.
inventory polarized
Close.
Oakleys.
Oh,
Yes, he
proper
did.
aviators. I want him to walk around looking like
Danger
an
zone.
80s. Yeah, exactly.
If anyone has it, it's in theory.
All right. So,
They're in the desert. Come on.
Yeah.
I just want to get a spice glass and call it a day.
Kindred,
Stolen.
as
Yes.
you are,
So,
My shopping list that I sent you.
as you are, hold on, as you are gathering your compatriots together to head out. in your mind, darling, I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. Are you awake? You hear Neferu's voice in your head.
Is that all she says?
Mhm.
Okay. No, never, darling. It's me. I'm here. What do you need? I'm about to go shopping, actually. Can I get you something? Muffin?
There's a delay. Oh, I did miss your sourpuss in the mornings. Thank you for the offer, but no. Are you free? Or at least somewhere private? We have gifts for you. Might save you a coin.
Give me 10 seconds and send away. So like, I picture like I'm standing out there, like telling the group, like, we gotta go, and then just immediately turn around in my room and shut the door.
We have to go now. And daylight's wasting. Let's hold on 1 second. I gotta go to my room.
Exactly. And then just
I just lean into Galil. Was he always like this, or is this kind of just a more recent development of brokenness?
he's always been like this.
Good to know.
Okay. So, you wait in your room, looking around.
I kind of like push stuff
As
because
you-
I don't know what's coming, so I kind of like make room for the bed. Like, who knows?
looking around. You hear the vibration of air. A similar sound that you've heard before. And you, as it is happening, you know what is coming. A chest appears before you.
Oh, it's so big.
Immediately knowing the contents as per the spell, you already know what is going
Wanted
to
send me the
be.
list.
Well, yes, but that would require me typing it out because I have it written down.
It.
I have it written down. I write everything down.
Just take a picture of it.
and
And
send it to me.
Yeah.
Send it to him. Good. Nick.
You right.
Digital phones, dude.
Because we
Come
know I'm not
on.
going to tell the group I got it.
You bitch.
That's me. Just
Okay.
like-
All right. Well, all right. I will take a picture of it and then send it to you. Give me a hot second. But in the meantime, you gathered those things. One of those things being a bag of holding, with which you can put everything in.
Oh my gosh. I knew I loved her for a reason. She's my best friend.
You say that, but you see the note that is with the stuff, and it is a note from Vice, saying that he has heard that you are in dire need of a few helpful tools. Here are some trinkets that might help with, along with some very specific things that he had been working on. So that is that. Where is what I'm? Okay. I'm gonna make sure that I added this correctly. Where the heck? Okay. Well, I will send you this, and then just do this like this. It's quick and easy. Oh no, that's going to the wrong person. Where's... Heck yeah. Okay.
Come on, kids. We're burning daylight. You're the one that tried to get us to go here, and you're wasting our time now.
Give me a minute.
Andretta, hurry up.
Ooh.
All right. You do hear some tinkering going on in his room for sure.
You hear me kind of like mumbling some stuff. Like,
Arjun
Okay.
opens the door.
Yeah.
Did they hear the chest appear?
Well, I don't. Possibly make perception checks.
Either way, you said we heard some tinkering
Yeah.
sound, so
Yeah,
we're just
opening
going
the
at this
door.
point.
Yeah. So then I come back out with the bag of holding already on me, everything's stuffed in it, and I'm like, okay, I just needed a minute. We ready?
That wasn't there. That wasn't there before.
What you got there?
I'll tell you in a
That's
minute. Let's go.
All right, let's get this over with. What do we still need?
Pull out my shopping list.
All right. A good deal of the stuff that you had on your shopping list, you had already gotten the night before.
I'll just
When you
making
got-
sure and clarifying.
I will say you could probably go get the bottle of liquor that wasn't necessarily part of the list. Mind you, this was one of my favorite things on the list that Marcus sent me. It says 1 bottle of liquor, mid shelf, not Grey Goose level, but a step above McCormick. So I just it was the best. I loved that.
He just sends you McGinnis peppermint schnapps.
I'll
The
take
other brand.
Okay. So then we head to the market to pick up like the last minute things, and on the way I tell them I got a care package. We'll go through it when we get time to go over things in private because I know what's in it, but I don't know what's all in it. But
You
yeah,
couldn't have told us that before we left, so we could
well,
have
she
taken
told
stock to
me
know
she
what
was
we
sending it right
needed.
now, and I didn't want to be out in public when they sent the error elemental.
Oh. That much stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
So be nice, and I'll give you what they sent.
Hey, I'm just
and I just
looking
go,
for a spice glass there, by the way. That's
Spice
it.
glass. Yeah, that's easy enough to find. You could have probably have found that the night before when you guys were getting your
A
adventurous
spice
packs.
glass and a crowbar.
Easy. That's a very odd combination, but yes, easy.
Hey, the
It makes-
crowbar
yeah.
came in handy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I like to imagine that you're going to use the spyglass to aim the crowbar.
Can I get a launcher for my crowbar?
I wonder
Can
though
I
if
get
in
a
the
rubber
desert,
band as well?
I feel like in the desert he's just gonna try and use it as a localized Archimedes death ray or something.
Yes.
Magnifying, great death rays and shit.
Oh no, this lock won't open. Hold on, kids.
Let's melt it.
I mean, Khalil's a pretty talented ranger. I wouldn't be surprised if he could find a way
Those
to
full
do
Bear
this.
Grylls on everything.
Equipment,
Go ahead.
yes.
Actually, I'd like to try and get a spyglass as well.
Sure.
I don't know what that's gonna cost me. I don't know if we were
Like 5 silver.
Okay.
It's cheapies.
How fancy do you want it to be?
Yeah. Do you want a gold encrusted spyglass a la Sea of
No,
Thieves?
I want it to look like I work for a living.
Oh, okay.
Rather than just some
I want
Ponzi
it
fancy
to
boy.
work.
Want it to work.
Yeah.
I do. I want a functional.
to work.
You didn't
So not some
specify you
wish.
wanted a functional spyglass. You just said spyglass.
You hold it up and it's like one of those kaleidoscope
Oh,
It's dead.
Or just
Yeah.
one of those like kids Fisher Price like Viewmaster things. Oh, I can see Paris.
Yeah.
While we're shopping, did we see Max at all, or have we heard anything throughout the night from him?
Mm-mm.
So while they're shopping, I pretty much have what I need. I'm just gonna
Do
send
you
a quick
wanna- Do you want to go to that one store?
Let's find out where he is, and then we'll
Neiman
go.
Marcus.
Neiman Marcus. Yes.
I'm a Kirschlemmer.
So yeah, while they're like cashing out, I just sent a quick message or sending to Max. Hey buddy, we're heading out soon. Where are you? You coming? Change of heart? No judgment either way. Where at? Oh, wait, that was 20. So we're at. We leave soon.
There's no response for a little bit. I'm at home. That's it.
Does it sound like a kid throwing a temper tantrum, or is that like
Yes.
a different voice?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh no, Max has been grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Found what he's been hiding under the bed.
Skeletons in my closet.
Oh God.
I
So,
think I know what
I-
it is.
I wait for them to check out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Just before we run off, I was legitimately looking for aviators. I'm not
Oh,
even
yeah,
kidding
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, no, we can. They may not be aviators as we understand them, but
Aviators.
oh no,
Aviators.
not the. Okay, they're
He got the aviators,
aviators.
and I got my Thaybans.
Congratulations, you have created
Please
aviators and
Custom
Thaybans.
item. Aviators.
So
I like to
Traveling-
imagine Oakleys are just made of oak. They're like a tree with a glass.
So's gonna pet.
part of traveling through Thay and the deserts requires you to sometimes, if you are traveling during the day, it becomes very hard to see with the reflecting glare from the sands. So there are all manner of means of shielding one's eyes and face. A very popular means, a sort of goggle set that will like fit over your head and kind of act in the Conan style like sandstorm mask, where it kind of just places over a good portion of your upper half of your face, and then you can like wrap up with scarves in case of sandstorms or whatnot. So yeah, for sure you can get some eye protective gear that will keep your eyes from burning out of their sockets.
So then they check out, and I go up to Lil, or they come with him. It sounds like he said he's at home, whatever that means. Sounds like he's grounded. So I think we should go ahead and just do what we talked about last night.
Okay. Let's go then.
Are you sending thoughts and prayers to him?
No, I'm
Yes.
trying to hold my
Okay.
concussion.
No, you're good.
So then I'll lead the group to the. What is it? I forget what his dad's shop is. The shop, but en route, I tell Ardrin our plan.
I have it.
Which is
We're gonna tell the dad that we planned on taking him, and since now that it sounds like he said he's at home, it sounds like the jig is up. So I feel that it's better to at least extrapolate.
The eyes of Otis.
Yeah.
all right. So what's your exact words that you're planning to use on someone's father? That hey, we, a group of adults that you have never met, are planning to take your underage child into the desert for shenanigans.
Well, when you put
What exactly is your line of thought there that is going to convince a parent of this?
disintegration ray?
That's less of an argument and more of a final sanction. Maybe we should, scale
I mean,
back
hopefully
first.
it doesn't come to that, but I mean,
So what you're
burn the
admitting to
body,
is that
I
you
can
have
burn
no
one
argument.
too. Just kidding, but figure it can't get any worse. We're leaving town.
Well, there's a part of me that kind of hopes that we don't have the latitude to convince this to happen, because our track record has not been great lately.
All right.
Oh, look, we're here. No.
Eyes of Voltus.
Plus, I kind of want to know if the dad's alive.
Yeah, and we kind of conveyed that too, like we might have a little bit of personal gain in this.
Okay. Is this the only page I had? Okay. Just want to make sure that I wasn't missing extra. Shiny eye. Alright, cool. Reaching the Eyes of Voltus, you guys get up to the, I wouldn't say it's like a busy yard right now, but you can see that some of the blacksmiths and metal workers are already in the process of working things,
are getting
and
ready.
yeah, they're already going for the day, and they look like they may have been going for a little while. So there's busy work being done, but it's not like there's a crowd of people around. But going inside, you see
Gary?
Gary? You see a young woman who is behind a desk that is currently like writing out some papers and looks up as you three enter. Hello.
And,
How can I help you?
yeah, is they in common?
She goes with common.
Okay. I'll reply back in common. Yes, is Be Our Guest available? I know it's not that, but I can't find the page right now.
Lennel Argest.
Leno
Remember
Argus.
the 50 different variations that were created last time? Lentil.
one of them will
Landlord
work.
armpits.
My favorite was still libelist campaign ads.
The one that stuck out was the lentils cause gas, I think is what Saunders said.
We have a private matter to discuss with him really quick. I know he's probably busy, but is he available?
May I ask who is asking for him?
I go to say Kindred, but then I remember that message didn't go through. I'm just like, tell him Special K sent him.
Special K. Are you representing a particular entity or just Special K?
Just Special K.
All right. One moment, please. She gets up and goes up a set of stairs that looks like it leads up to the second floor.
Are we alone, or are there like guards with us?
There is an open like archway that leads into the inside of the yard. So you have the enter into the door. There's a couple of display things with really fantastic metal work. The stairs are, as you enter, the stairs are on your right hand side, and on your left hand side in that back wall by the desk that she had been sitting behind is like this large double door but no door open area that leads into the area. So there's people that you can see, workers that you can see that are kind of like
So we're not
watching.
Like, alone.
You're not alone, but you're not necessarily. Then there's nobody else in the room.
So once she kind of gets out of view, I'm just gonna turn to this real quick and just kind of like nod to them. My eyes will flash as I cast Detect Magic, and then just kind of look around and wait for what she comes back to say.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my head up like this. I think it's more because Gilio's finally feeling what Adam's feeling. And cast Primeval Awareness as well.
Okay. Arjun, what are you doing?
I am looking at price tags on swords for something somewhere in the vicinity of affordable. But I'm wondering if it's one of those stores where if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Because I've seen at least one item here that was $7,000, and I don't even know if that was their highest end or mid tier at this place.
It was just 7, wasn't it? Or
Yeah, it was 7,000, and it looked nice. I don't know if it was, but I don't know if that's like mid level for this place, like the
This
average
is our basic starter
expectation.
set.
Yeah, or kind of the thing to aspire to there.
Most of the metalwork from this place isn't so much in like weaponry or armaments as it is like functionality. So the pieces that they do have that are weapons look more decorative than they do look functional. But if you want, yeah, very, very, very ornate. It's like that stuff that you see on Etsy or Pinterest that you're like, this would never work in a million years, but it looks freaking cool. Basically.
But it's also made out of some exotic metals.
Also true.
Part of the reason why I'm looking into it is because you've made a point of saying that a +1 weapon isn't necessarily magical, it's just very well made.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of what he's looking at. It's
Fair.
just
Okay.
out of curiosity.
All right.
No expectation that it's actually going to accomplish anything.
Sure.
What
So
you can do is vamp your sword here and use one of the ones that you like and see if it actually breaks.
I feel
You break it, you buy it.
Now,
Please,
if I had
go
time in the
ahead.
middle of the night to do this kind of testing, and the hour it would take to attune to something, maybe.
All right.
Go ahead, please pull something that I would do and see how it goes.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm not doing any of those things? I am window shopping, not, hey, want to play knifey spoony with the blacksmith?
Hey, that went quite well.
Did it?
The conversation
Is that how you remember
afterward,
that
less
interaction?
so. The conversation afterward, less so.
So, we'll start with Galil. As you rest your head and concentrate for a moment, and that's primeval awareness goes out in all directions. There's an immediate infernal ping that you sense. Undead. And all the other you've done this once before, right? But that first bright ping hits you to the point where you can almost feel like you get that after image flash in your head of like when the photograph goes off and you can almost feel its presence so very close. And then the further reaches, you get that same undead, the occasional drops of energy of Fae, and then that very dark and deep-seated aberration. Kindred, as you start panning around with your sparkle vision of Magic the Gathering, of Detect Magic, you start looking around, and aside from the things on your person and your friends, there's a ping of evocation that comes from somewhere in the desk. A glow from behind the wood.
We're just kind of smirky, like, that tracks.
And very faintly, there are some things in the whatever is above, in the floor above. But because of the amount of, like, I'll say, like, just because of the wood and stone that's between you and it kind of, like, is just barely within the range of where you won't see anything, but you still sense just barely there's stuff up there.
Okay.
You hear footsteps coming down.
I quickly messaged Kindred. Watch out for anybody sneezing near me.
You hear the footsteps coming down. Arjun, as you said you were looking around, there are a couple of more on the less than display only ornate side of some swords that are made, but it is they look like they're about 500 gold each.
Yeah, that tracks.
But they kind of give you that Lord of the Rings elven sword kind of swoop style with a little bit of like swirl work to it. So very fancy looking, but not like over the top.
But does it look like a functional piece of armament, or does it look like the kind of thing you get at the really shitty mall knife store or something?
Kind of hard to tell. It's made well enough to where it could be very real.
I mean, either way, I can't afford it, but it was just interesting.
Okay. For the time being, freaking Renan, you got your hands for something particular right now, or in a minute?
Just on the subject of shopping, after breakfast, I would like to go to grab something in town.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. walking down the stairs, you see the young woman who had been sitting at the desk, followed behind by a older human gentleman, kind of a big bushy salt and pepper beard. His hair is like well manicured and like almost kind of slicked back. Very, very fancy looking silks on his body. Definitely gives the impression of being a very wealthy merchant persona. Yet at the same time, his skin is weathered and looks like he's either spent way too much time in the sun or perhaps by the heat of the fire from the furnaces here. It's this very like half and half thing. Yeah, kind of. Just in the sense of like he dresses very finely, but what skin you see on his hands and face definitely show that he has been weathered by the elements or time or heat. That forever tan that you see from people who actually live on the beach and are just outside all the time. They almost look constantly kind of ruddy, reddish brown. I apologize, but I am unfamiliar with anybody by the name of Special K. How may I help you? Lennel Argast extends a hand.
Daddy? I mean, Lennel.
A very heavy, hardened, calloused hand grips yours.
I don't do that, but I just yeah, sorry for such intrusion. I'm sure you're really busy. Can we talk on the open about private matters? I kind of look to his assistant. I don't know.
He looks over and says, well, I suppose, don't see why not. Saber is one of my most trusted employees, so...
You said Saber?
Sabra.
Sabre, okay.
Sabre.
Hi, my name is Sabre. Okay.
So then
I go ahead and shake his hand, by the way.
Also shake. And it's one of those firm handshakes that's like not quite the man trying to gauge your strength, but just like a tick below that.
His hands.
Yeah, he just very firm handshake
And
kind of thing.
Aaron,
Firmly grasp it.
Yes.
as my trait, I detect someone's current alignment by shaking their hand.
Oh, you sly devil, you.
You can send it to me if you want.
I will. Well played, sir. Well played. You played right into my trap card.
Yugi. No. So then, once he says that, it's regarding Max and maybe some crazy plan he's concocted. And I kind of want to gauge his face, like, to see if he knows anything.
Say your sentence one more time. Sorry, my mind went two different places at once, and then I'd like only heard the basics of what you. But I want to make sure I get the right wording.
Okay. Shit, what did I say? It's regarding Max and whatever concoction that he's told you regarding. Oh, fucking, what did I say? Pretty much that. I look back like
court. What is the person in the court that has the typewriter? What were you gonna say, Arjun? Before I continue.
Arjun has slunk away from this conversation before it even started, just so he's not involved in it if it goes bad, and he can try and smooth it over after the fact, possibly.
Got it.
Or at least just not be there when
He's
it gets
looking
bad.
at dresses, like something that doesn't even go to him. Like, oh, just trying to get out.
You don't know his life. He likes silk, man.
Mentioning the name Max,
Yeah.
his face immediately hardens. And then he cocks his head to the side. It doesn't say anything for a little bit, but you get that. You have, even though you have never met this man before, you immediately get that vibe of like, oh my God, am I in trouble? like that other fatherly figure presence of just like suddenly like you're not related to him, but you suddenly feel very guilty just
he's
by
daddy right now.
just by the like sheer like presence of the face, and you can almost swear you feel the heat radiating from his body suddenly.
Oh, I
And
do.
maybe a slight dose of parental trauma.
Bro, maybe. So he wasn't lying then.
See, that's the thing. He told us one thing. I don't know what he's told you. I wanted to clear the air on that. It seems like maybe he one of those that mom said I could if you said I could kind of situations.
First off, once I found his lying scheme with the baker woman, I was curious as to what my boy might be getting himself involved in. Then he started spinning tales of, or what I assumed were spinning tales, of becoming a bodyguard of some long caravan trekking out to the east. That he had met some enthusiasts, if you will, in the security realm. And I was curious. We employ various security members here, and yet none of them had ever approached me about his interest in this. So I questioned further. I am not one to try and stifle a young man's dreams. And you'll beg my... I ask for your forgiveness, but I don't know who the fuck you are.
That's why we're here. As I like me and Galil, not like our buddy, not like Squidward back there.
How did you
Would it
meet?
be better if Lady Amaranth suggested Max come with us?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, name drop.
Make a. What are you trying to do? Persuade here?
Yeah, I'm gonna persuade.
And then you get advantage.
I know, right? That could kind of be an intimidate too, depending, right?
Ooh.
She suggested it.
Because she thought this was a great idea, would be a good learning opportunity.
30,
It
20.
looks great on a resume.
He's going to try and read you. He's going to do his own insight check to see if you are telling the truth here or not. He's just going to look you up and down. I was not made aware of Lady Amaranth's interest in this. Why?
She sort of sees everything in this town, as you know.
He nods.
And his skills
Puts his hands on his hips.
has piqued her interest.
Kind of like a trial run. Nothing too dangerous. Wants to feel him out to see if he's got true potential to cater to.
Both of you roll insight checks for me.
Oh god.
Oh, sweet.
The fuck is that?
I know. Where's my insight? Okay, good. 22.
14.
Okay. 22. Gilly, I'm gonna send you another message.
Okay. Ugh. I hate dying.
Yeah, same.
Tell me about it.
Okay. He seems like just at a loss of words for a minute and like looks over at Sabra and then back to you two. When are you leaving?
We had planned on leaving this morning, here in a little bit. I was gonna try to reach out to you last night, but it got late and yeah, don't want to wake you. But I didn't want to just do it without not informing you.
He just nods. He looks over at Sabra. See to it that they get what they came for. He looks over at you two. And I will say this now. Kindred, you see the slightest flash of loss in his eyes. And he walks past you and out the door. You see Sabra stand up and just be like,
As he like walked like directly like past,
Mhm.
I just kind of want to like cusp his shoulder really quick and just lean in and be like, "We'll take good care of him. You have my word." Just in passing, I want to touch him to see if is he physical. He's not a hologram.
Yeah, he is physical. Very,
Okay.
very, very solid.
Oh, ooh. Break my finger. No. It go like that now. Okay, so, and then yeah, just look around and kind of wait for Max, I guess.
I'm gonna actually use it. Subtle spell message to Kindred. Wow, who knew demons have hearts?
You just hear like don't even say anything. I just kind of like I guess make a noise like body like huh what?
How long does your primeval awareness last for?
It's on 1 minute. Unless if I expand another spell slot to use it more.
Okay. Yeah, that conversation would have lasted a little longer. Just. So he leaves. Sabra stands and. Do you wish me to go and fetch him, or do you wish to go upstairs?
No, you can. We've already intruded enough. If you don't mind, I don't want to poke around any more than.
He'll be down in a few moments.
Thank you.
She goes upstairs.
Severus?
Sabra does, yeah. She goes upstairs, back upstairs into the house.
Sabra. Okay.
You guys are left there in the room for a minute, and you probably like 2 minutes. You hear running down the footsteps,
He like
Max.
trip and fall going down so fast.
No, he actually runs like you expecting it at the speed and velocity. You ever watched like a toddler run and they start to go so too fast and it looks like you're like they're gonna fall. This is like that, but without like him falling. He is just like coming down the stairs, and every footfall is like well placed. He has a small pack. He's got his sword, his hat, his attire, and bloodshot eyes. But he's
You're
like,
editing on the way over there.
it's like one of those where you can tell someone probably had been crying, but the eyes aren't puffy. It's almost like a rage.
My detect magic still up. Besides the sword, I already know that. Anything else on him?
No.
Okay.
Just
You
the
ready?
bright bling of the sword. Is this really happening?
Talk about it more later.
You were
Okay, the
right.
others, y'all ready? Meet up with the group.
Did you hear what I said?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. What?
He just looks over his shoulder and says, "You were right." And he follows you as you leave.
Yes.
I mean, am I wrong?
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
You're
You
not
are
wrong.
not.
You're not wrong.
Also, did you see the 8-ball?
No. What did the 8-ball say? What did you ask the 8-ball?
I asked.
Is
the
Max
8-ball,
going to
is
survive
Max
the
going to survive the campaign? It responded as likely as your headshot percentage.
Well,
I don't know. Delil's is pretty high.
well, but it was
He's
Renan who
not
asked.
dude,
Well,
the
does that count?
president after all.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, okay. Well,
Would now
as
be
you
a good time to go on break?
yes, that's really what I was about to say. Before we pick up again with Sonder and Sol in their desert in his sand bath, we're gonna go to break real quick. Now that we have jumped around a bit, but yeah, woo! That was interesting.
did not go how I thought it was gonna.
Nope, nor did I. But we will be back here in a couple of minutes. Give us a moment, and we shall return. There we go.
You know that'd be bad.
It would be so bad. Half the time. Not all the time, but half
Game
the
of
time.
Santos
Canceled.
after
We would end
dark.
up canceled.
We're so bad.
We so
Oh.
bad.
So bad.
Oh no. Well, we're back, everybody. Good to see you.
And we're bad.
We're back. And we're back. All right. All right. We gotta get back into the mindset. All right. So as Graham, Kindred, and Galil.
Graham.
Wow.
Graham. Well, because I looked over here. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ardrin, Galil, and Kindred. All who is this Art and Travis at that? Leave to go, or you guys are going back to the Caravan Cove?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Cool. Sonder. Go ahead. We're gonna say.
I was just gonna say,
Yes.
Soul, and Sonder, I would have gotten y'all's extra little tidbits while shopping out as well, so don't
Okay.
worry about while we were out.
Cool.
So.
Us.
Okay, so Sonder and Soul, in that 20 minutes as we go back in time, to finish off your spell that you were working on or whatever, what are you doing? What do you guys got going on this morning?
So once it's finished, Soul's going to start standing up and letting the sand fall off. And then Sonder, are you still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I left. No. Yeah.
Bye, this is taking too long.
If you notice, just real quick, when the sand was falling off, there were some like druidic sigils, but they are like quickly fading away,
Yeah.
like all over his body. Says like, okay, well, I am ready. I guess now we just wait for everyone else to come.
What did you do exactly? What was that?
So I have decided that maybe I need a little bit more being able to be in the fights more instead of relying on everyone else. So I am adding a bit more earth to my skin.
Ooh, like your skin is stone, but sandstone, I guess.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Pletchel.
you wouldn't be able to tell because it pretty much like blends in.
Yeah. I'm gonna punch Soul in the chest, but not like.
And make him
force.
explode when you crit.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
It's happening again. Help! It's again.
Okay, One Punch Man.
Right.
It's like, well, I guess I'm
wrong.
gonna spend another 20 minutes.
God damn it! There goes
Damn
all
it.
my temporary hit points. All right, cool. So you've cast Earthen Ward on yourself. What are you guys doing after this?
I'm gonna go pray if you want to enjoy the sunrise with me.
Yeah, of course.
We would have woken up early
Okay.
enough, I think.
If that's what you are wanting to do, then in the Caravan Cove. I guess so. As you're like, if you are facing out where the hill goes up and out to the surface, directly behind you, you can see the pathway that leads into the inner ring, and beyond that, this enormous waterfall, similar to the one that's on the southern side of the city. This one has two large statues on either side of it. This side is the first face you see when you come into Tiraturos. So everything in this section is impressive. It is also acts as, aside from acting as like the dock harbor area where there's a couple of, you can see warehouse style buildings on the immediate surrounding area of the docks. That central area has a lot of walkways that kind of go up and over and can kind of you can find plenty of trees here. There's a large section of the river that comes and makes a little bit of a small lake where the various dinosaurs can come, reptiles can, and other creatures can kind of come and like sink themselves into these troughs. That thing. You skirt around the edges of the cavern cove, and if you're wanting to go up and watch the sunrise itself, you can see that the light is already starting to come up if you're actually got up that early. Then you go around the edges of that and climb up a staircase that goes up to, there's like two large almost lighthouses or towers that are on either side of the cove towards that, where that hill goes up to the surface, and there is like ways that you can walk up to the top there. Once you get to the top of that and have now reached what is surface level, you see all around in vast distance the what appears to be endless flat. It's almost like those salt flats. It's kind of almost like that for several miles at least before to the north of there. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right. Oh no, come back. So this would be to the northwest. You see the giant rising mountain of Mount Thay and the distant plateau that direction. But that's far off. And then to your northeast, you see distantly another, it looks like hundreds of miles away, another small line of mountains that kind of crest in the horizon. They are more visible now, it seems, now that the sun is kind of coming up and kind of casting that light and shadows away from the night. but you're able to watch the sun rise in the distance.
Really wish I had a spyglass. I should ask for one later.
Beautiful. All right.
Where do we see where the other tents and the caravan are? Like where we think Iskra and
There are probably 3 to 4 other caravans here right now that are in the process of loading or unloading. But you have been to it before, so you already know.
Okay.
Which one is the right one.
You want to go get breakfast for everyone at 3? Surprise.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. That is not hard to do. There are plenty of bakeries and food places and just outside of the Cavern Cove, either going into the city into the central ring, or westward in the western side, where like all the marketplaces are and stuff.
Yeah, we'll look for like breakfast sandwiches or like a pastry or something.
Breakfast tacos. Give me carne quesada. No.
I want to do a perception roll, but for smell. So I was gonna like kind of follow his nose.
Oh yeah, easy enough.
Wow, I actually rolled really low for that for some.
It's the sand.
It is the sand, yeah.
It's force and
I
grade
got
gets
a
everywhere.
7.
A 7. I mean, it
Can
might
I
take
help
you a
with
minute,
my-
but you would be close. Once you get into the area where they have all the food, it is not a problem. So I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, you're able to get stuff for whenever you meet up with everybody else. Was that all you guys were wanting to do, basically, for the morning?
That I can think of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So afterwards, after you acquire your goodies, are you going to go back to the caravan, to the Silken Trade caravan?
Where would the rest of the party be by then?
I don't know.
Or,
I figured waiting for them at the caravan would be good.
Okay.
What do you think,
All right.
Sonder? Do you think?
yeah, that works.
Alrighty. So then Iskra
Shuffle all
and
our bags.
Renan, you said you had wanted to get something? What were you looking for?
Yeah. So like after breakfast, I would talk to Isker about going and getting some nice clothes rather than my regular clothes, just so that I have something nice to wear while performing while we're
Sure.
going with the caravan.
It would make sense for me to have something too then.
We
just
can
in
color
case.
coordinate.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I like the idea that wasn't Mac, that was Renan.
That absolutely was not Renan.
It was.
That would be a very heavy fail on my composure rolls.
All right. Yeah.
But-
Go ahead.
Lee does want me to stick around, so I think I'll probably stay here. Here, I'll take off my coat and hand it to him. That way you can get an idea of the right size. I trust you to pick something out.
I appreciate your faith on the matter. It is time for me to go just in case we end up leaving anytime soon. I will see you soon. Stay safe.
I
Um,
was just about to say the same to you.
I'm going to say that during the morning at some point you would have learned that the caravan is hoping to get moving at sundown. Once the heat of the day is kind of starting to go down, they're going to get some distance out of the city get a start on things, and then make camp before it gets too late. That way they can start bright and early the next morning. But trying to avoid traveling during the middle of the day as best as possible.
I'm going to be spending the day just observing up close the caravan, Lee's cabinet, you know,
Sure.
the people close to him.
And as such, I will say that Lee then, while sure you guys play maybe a little bit of music while they're getting ready for breakfast, there's not much in the way of conversation with you outside of, letting you know that they're going to be getting ready to leave in the evening. Lee's suggestion then would be to kind of familiarize yourself with, pick a spot basically who you're wanting to travel with. If you're wanting to, probably going to be walking for the most part, but if you're going to be wanting to ride on one of the creatures, that, just find your travel buddy.
Well,
Do
it would
you have
make
your exit
sense
buddy?
for us to sort of be dotted along the entirety of the caravan rather than localized on one little.
This was for Iskra particularly because she's not. Yeah, no, just because she's not security.
Right.
She is.
Mine went elsewhere.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Given that instruction from Lee, then
I'm afraid I was reading something. What was?
No, she was just instruction for Iskra that at some point during that morning that you guys would need to find who you're going to be traveling with. They are traveling on aboard one of the sauropods. They will be going on Acuna. Is the large brontosaurus-like creature, which, by the way, I don't have art, but I have minis that are similar to what I have in mind for these things. So I'll be posting those in the Discord later on tonight.
So that's the one the main crew
one of the large.
That's like the entourage is hanging out with.
But you got them?
No, I didn't.
That's
I want, but just pictures of. Yeah, yes, exactly. So there's like the two large brontosaurus-styled dinosaurs. One of them is mostly cargo. The other one is cargo and is carrying the main entourage. So you are welcome to travel with them, but also if you don't wish to, you don't have to. You can travel with whom you like. It was an open invitation for you and Renan.
Given that he's said that before I get settled into just kind of watching them, I am gonna go talk to Caleb and Homius and Bashan and Sarashta and figure out like just a little bit about each of them and where they're gonna be in the convoy and all of that.
Okay. Sarashta is going to be on the second brontosaur, Bahan.
Bahan is the name of the brontosaur?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a female and a male, Bahan and Acuna. They are a mated pair.
Do they mate for life?
They do.
Oh, we have to kill one of them.
Who is Acuna's handler?
Acuna's handler is going to be Cinia. Cinia.
Ooh, I haven't met Cinia.
Okay, yes. All right. All right.
From talking to Sarashta, what kind of vibe do I get from her? Like,
she is a very. Hold on, let me get my. Nope, that's not the right one. I just had it here. I moved it. Oh, there it is. She's kind of fiddly. She kind of fiddles with either her fingers or whatever she's got in her hand. She's got jaguar styled spots. And she's in charge of gathering the tents and setting things up for the night. So she's kind of very organized, which is funny because she kind of comes across as kind of as more of a scatterbrain. But when it comes to moving things or keeping track of where everything is, she knows exactly where.
A lot of
Right.
our mental resources are doing the Tetris for the
Yes.
caravan. So.
Exactly. But she's friendly. Is there anything you
well,
want in particular you're wanting to ask her, like RP wise wanted to ask her, or just kind of generalizing for right now?
I think just generalizing for right now. She seems like a good person to know, but I don't necessarily want to travel on her critter.
There is Sinia is also a tabaxi, but that's you gather that they are probably just friends and therefore stick together kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I lied. Sinia is the one who's in care of Acuna, and Acuna is the one with
Yes.
all of the entourage on it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then yeah, that's fine. Because I think I had said that initially she was going to be on the other one, but I have too many cross. This one goes here, this one goes there, and I was like, I got confused.
Okay,
but yeah, it's
Charlie.
fine. Yeah, it's fine. She's out.
Okay, so Boshin, Vein Deep, where's she gonna be?
Boshin has her own hadrosaur. Rihanna, remember? That she
Call me Rihanna.
called me Rihanna.
Every time, goddammit.
She's hers particularly is not so much a carrier of goods as much as it is a carrier of persons. So as they walk, because the pace that they travel is not a very fast one, some of the attendants just stay on foot alongside the dinosaurs to give them rest, and then once people get tired, then they hitch a ride or whatever. And so Rihanna is one of those that has a couple of spots or like side on the side. It's like a saddle kind of thing that gives you a little bench you can sit on.
Did you say
so that's-
Rihanna?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because
got
initially,
Riri.
I had called it Cameriana, and then I was like, that's too long to say every time, so we're just shortening it to Rihanna.
So
Because
she's
why the heck
just
not?
like a walking rest stop.
Mm-hmm. She's
For
carrying
people who are
some
traveling.
like
That's useful.
tents and stuff down the center, but the sides that normally would be carrying goods have spots for people to sit.
Okay. And then Homius?
Homius and Caleb are in charge of one of the horned creatures, Ruja. And they are pack animals. So they have more of the goods and stuff on them.
Okay.
Ruja and Agaris.
Dracaris?
No, Agaris.
A goddess?
Yes, Agaris. Oh my god.
For them, they told me, or Bashan told me the other day, not to ask too many questions about what cargo we're carrying.
hmm
But these guys weren't around for that conversation, so I'm gonna probe a little.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'll walk up to Homius and Caleb.
Okay, we'll say if this is still in the morning, they're in the process of loading up some stuff onto their animals, Ruja and Agaris. These two large horned reptilian things. Not, I think they're considered Sinoceratops or something. It's not Triceratops, and they do have like horns on their frill, but they kind of smaller spike out, and then one on their nose.
These are magnificent creatures, I say, walking up to them.
Yes. They are capable of quite arduous journeys. Welcome to the Silken Trade.
Thank you very much. Iris, if we didn't get the chance to introduce ourselves before.
Homius, this is my twin brother, Caleb. Caleb. You call him. We call him I call him Caleb. Everybody else seems to be saying Caleb, but
Caleb, then. I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
He looks over and gives an eye to his brother, and his brother just like, whatever, just still like strapping stuff down. Iris and who is the winged one again?
Ilowin is his name.
Ilowin. Lewin. Can we call him Lewin? Would he be upset with that?
I don't think he minds nicknames too badly.
We'll figure something out that might bother him a little bit. No offense, I'm sure your friend is very great, but hobgoblins and elves have had a long history. Why not fuck around with him a little bit?
Find out.
He's more than meets the eye. I wouldn't push too hard.
Well, with the bard sorts, you never know. They are always capable of simple or sometimes strange things. Who are we to judge? What
about your creatures? Are they just what meets the eye? How much can they carry?
Well, it depends on for how long and for how heavy the cargo is. In the middle of the heat of the day, they get tired rather quickly, but the way this caravan travels mostly in the twilight or early morning hours, it's generally pretty good for the beasts.
So will they be carrying heavy goods this time?
Mostly just supplies for the camp. Most of the cargo gets placed up on top, and he gestures up to the two large brontosaurus creatures. Gets placed up on the top with the platforms. Keeps it out of reach and not trampled on.
I was speaking to Sarashta earlier. She had a lot of the camp supplies too. It certainly takes a lot of equipment to move us.
She's den mother, if you will. She kind of makes sure that all of the things are organized and in their proper places. She is the one who charges us with carrying most of the supplies. Food for the creatures, such things.
So you just worry about balancing the loads right on these creatures.
Exactly.
And she takes care of the big picture. I get it.
She is the one.
You know, I'm mostly hired to entertain Lee and his friends, but if you have anything in particular, a song you like, or a dance that you know from your homeland and you'd like me to perform it, I wouldn't mind trying to pick it up.
You say that, but how familiar are you with hobgoblin traditional dances and songs?
I don't know a thing at all about them, honestly. But like I said, I'm interested in learning.
He looks over at his brother, and his brother does the same thing, just shrugs. Doesn't say anything. And I will say that over the time that you have known them, that has generally been their shtick. One brother does the talking, the other one just like shrugs. You know that you have heard him talk. They whisper to each other, or like they will talk amongst themselves. But when it comes to interacting with others, Homius is the one who generally is the face.
Well, and if not, I've got some things from my home that I'm sure you'll enjoy too.
We'll see. Give it a day or two on the road and see how we fare. And if you still feel up to the challenge, then perhaps we may be able to show you something.
I just want to make sure I feel like I'm doing my part. I don't want you to think of me as a piece of cargo like the rest of what you're responsible for.
As long as you do the job in making sure the bosses are satisfied and happy and out of the way, then that is enough for us.
I'll keep that in mind. Do any of them tend to have a temper or want to manage you a little more than you'd like?
Make a persuasion check, or whatever charisma equivalent you would prefer.
I'm good at persuasion. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
If the dice cooperate, anyway, I'm good at persuasion. In theory.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Cool. 17. Vadu has a bit of a temper sometimes. He's the hobgoblin male that is the hobgoblin man that is the merchant of arms. So I would he is not going to engage with you unless you do something to really cross him. You'll be fine. Liao is probably the most laid-back merchant head than you can ever imagine there to be, particularly for someone that has the amount of wealth that he has. Gallus, he's alright. Herindel is mysterious and kind of creepy. I think generally
I got that from him as well.
the security people just stay out of their way. Whatever vandals or merchants they have hired this time around, the less you engage with them, generally, the better. You get too friendly with the security, they start to try and take advantage of the situation. Next thing you know, things are missing. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'll take that under advisement. I gotta say, though, it feels like we're always being watched here in this city. It would be nice to get away from that, you know?
Don't take this the wrong way, but are you new to Thay?
A little, yes.
There. Welcome to hell. There is always watching you, one way or the other.
Even among the caravan? You won't have a bit of freedom out
maybe.
on the road?
That just depends. But mostly when it comes to being in the cities, we have come to realize that there is a price to pay for freedoms. We are secure, sure, but they have to keep a watch somehow.
It's not like we're going to be traveling with any soldiers or pre-monitors, right?
I do not know. Depends as if any of those merchants, those mercenaries are who they expect to be.
So
Yeah, you never know.
Out of character, Iskra is satisfied that at least if there is a Thayan representative among the entourage, these guys don't know it. So,
Alrighty.
so how do they go about selecting the mercenaries?
Generally, they just find whoever they can in the taverns around the city that we are in until their contract runs out or they die or get lost.
They don't look for anyone in particular, any notable names?
Yeah, if there are suggestions from any of the local heads of security or guilds of that nature, then sure, they go with that. But for the most part, nah. It's generally who lines up to help, who's got the biggest muscles or whatever.
Makes sense. And me here with the biggest lungs, I'm wasting enough of your time. I'll move on.
We are basically done anyway. If there's anything else that you need, Tinty, then don't be afraid to come by. We are going to be traveling together after all.
Appreciate it. And I'll move on.
All right. So then we'll say as a couple hours go in, eventually, all of you gather at the Caravan's Cove here in the salted trading company, the silken trade company. Renan, we're gonna say.
Do I end up finding a set of
Sure.
or like a couple sets of fine clothes?
Yeah.
Or good quality, not necessarily fine clothes, but
Yeah, travel clothes.
nice looking.
Where is that? We'll say that for a nice, decent pair of two sets of clothing that will travel well, I'll put it at like 20 silver. So 10 each.
And what am I putting as like the item?
Fine clothes.
Just fine clothes.
Okay.
Nothing super crazy. But yeah. Sol and Sonder, you have met up with with the people here. You see Iskra and Renan moving in and out of their tents, or Iskra going and talking to Homius and such. We'll even say that during those whenever he was talking about mercenary groups, he kind of like nods in Sonder and Sol's general direction. Just kind of raises an eyebrow.
He's covered in
Could
sand.
we, do we notice?
I guess if you've been watching Iskra talk to them, you just see that they were talking, and it's not like he was like pointing you out and going ha ha. He just kind of like looks in your direction, kind of just like he does the casual nod, and it could have been in your direction, it could have been in your direction. It wasn't like a very super direct thing.
At that moment, you see Sol wanting Sonder to taste something that he had bought food, so he's like putting it in his mouth.
Yeah, here, try this. Does this taste weird?
Does this taste expired?
And so then within short order, Galil, Kindred, Ardrin, and Max arrive here at the Caravan as well, where Perindel.
And I would have gone straight out for the clothes and then come straight back.
Yeah, that's fine. Perindel welcomes the mercenary group of everybody but Iskra and Renan. So, have you found what you were looking for?
For the time
Pull up
being.
my Thaybans. Dramatic reveal. Sure did.
Excellent.
Beleaguered pause. That's always a good start to the day.
Great. We've got a comedian.
We do.
There's always one.
Hiring for those?
No, we're not. He looks over at Sonder. Just so you're aware, Gallus is recovering nicely, and he'll be ready to go by the end of the afternoon whenever the caravan makes its way closer to sunset. We'll try and get as much distance as we can until it is late enough. Make a small camp and then start off early in the morning. So you have some time still before you are necessarily needed. Do you, if you have a place to sit up and rest, I suggest you get as much sleep as you can now, just until you acclimate to the hours that we keep.
What are the hours y'all keep? Just to keep in mind.
The desert is an extremely hot place, correct?
Yeah.
We don't try not to travel. We try not to travel in the middle of the day.
Makes sense.
So most of our traveling is done once the sun is starting to set into the night. We'll rest up for some time. Travel early in the morning, and once at the heat of the day, we will make camp. Rest in the shade. And then continue onward.
One last question. Are we going to be walking beside the caravan?
For the
Not
most
that I'm
part,
offended by it or opposed to it. I just want to know that way.
for the most part, yes.
Okay.
Once, if you need a break or need to walk, some of the riders are prepared to give those who just give the sign, and he does like a sharp, two-toned whistle, just like a weet weet. I do not whistle, so therefore cannot help you there. But just yeah, basically, but in whistle form. And even as he does that,
Calm down, Pam.
God damn it. Even as he does that, you can see that you can hear from among the Hadrosaur and even a couple of the others, like a responding call, like almost like as if you can see some of them turn their heads in that direction, as if they have already been trained to know what the sound of that whistle is. And even though they don't move, they kind of their ears don't perk up, but they turn their head in that direction.
Noted. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I was gonna wait till he walks away.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Silken Trading Company. Looking forward to see what you can do.
Hopefully, we
Thank
don't
you
have
for
to show
this.
He nods and walks away. And you can see he walks into the main tent, which is like the one main tent is like the last thing that's going to get packed up. And as the flaps open, you can see, I guess at this point, probably Renan and Iskra would be inside playing for lunch or like the later afternoon as they're kind of relaxing still. But you can see that they are inside there. You see Max is like super excited. His eyes have cleared up now that he has arrived here with everybody else. But he sees, when he sees Sol and Sonder, he kind of does the little like thing.
Sol's like,
But he looks ridiculously excited.
I'm gonna go up to him.
And the dudes left. It's just mainly
Yeah,
us, right?
it's just you. Yeah.
So-
hey Max, want to do me a favor?
What?
Reach in my bag and I'll pull out Soul. Write this down. The Fey Fire's Lash. And just hand it to Max. Like, will you go hand this to Soul?
Do you say Sol or do you say his nickname?
His nickname. I'm looking because I have all the stuff written down and so many notes.
You hand him a piece of paper? Or are you handing him the
No,
thing?
I hand him the lash.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Cool. So, I mean, you guys are all standing together.
I thought they were kind of off a little bit.
No, they had been earlier, but now you guys, now that the whole crew, now that the whole mercenary crew is together, that's why everyone's all standing together. He's like, he does, okay, and then turns around and he gives him to that. Sure.
I want you to tell Sol I'm not talking to him.
I'm not mad. I would have given it to
This
him
is
earlier. I'd be like,
happening
when you
at
see
like
Soul, give him
the
this.
lunch tent, like the chow tent. Is that what's going on?
This is still outside. This is just kind of like as everyone's still packing up. So, within the shade of the overhangs of the canyon, still, it's not like you're out standing out in the sun. But you know, as a group, you're kind of like you were told by Parendil to kind of just get familiar with everything and everyone, get to like watch the people's faces. You know, see who's part of the crew and stuff.
While Sandy Claus is doing his bit, Arjun's going to be going around kind of just meeting some of the major faces and introducing himself and pointing to his companions and just letting them know who they are and where they are and if they can be of any assistance and all that.
Okay.
Trying to ingratiate.
Has
When,
Sarashta basically been busy like breaking everything down, like
She's not the. I mean, she's more of
or like telling other people to break everything down?
She does a lot of the breaking down herself too, but she has a crew of 3 others that are kind of helping, and they seem very practiced and very quick to gather things. But yes, so she is in the process of getting stuff ready. Yes, Soul, you can add to your inventory the item Fey Fire's Lash. As Kindred pulls out a whip from his bag of holding and gives it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to tell you. You're getting this thing.
Like, well, because I thought I heard Kindred say, "Soul, write this down, Fey Fire Lash," and I was like on a piece of paper. Is that a spell or something? Like, is that my new nickname? Like,
which can we reiterate for my sake? What is everybody's call signs that Max knows that I have forgotten because it's been a minute? I know
you're. Let's see.
You're Iris, right? I know that.
I'm Iris, but he calls me Dragon Slayer.
Oh yeah, that's
Dragon
right.
Puncher or
Dragon Puncher.
Max
That's
calls
any type
Soul
of dragon
Wild
defeater.
Man.
Wild man. That's right.
I believe I was Iceman.
You are Iceman. Yeah. Kindred was I don't remember. I remember Travis because it's stuck in my head.
Wasn't he Point Blank?
Point
It was
blank.
Point Blank, and then he called to something else.
Lucky Strike.
No,
is the
oh
other
yeah,
one.
Lucky
Point Blank.
Strike.
Yeah, Kindred was Point Blank. Yeah.
Point blank. Yeah, because Lucky Strike was the first one. Point blank was what
and
I
then
started
just switch,
saying.
yeah.
Jet is that one. Then Sonder was
Basil-
Basil. Yeah,
Bazillionaire.
Bazillionaire. That's right. Okay. All right.
Are you okay?
So when that guy left, Soul's gonna look at everyone with kind of a confused face, which is not uncommon. But I don't understand. Why are we not going during the day?
Because it's
Really
hot.
hot. And I will dry up like a raisin.
One thing
lot of
you've
people will.
noticed that, and I will say this too, the time that Soul and Sonder spent up on the ridge overlooking the city, the temperature difference is insane. Everything inside of the canyon circle is almost like, I wouldn't say it's air conditioned, but
magically
central
because
heat,
of the water, like you feel almost cool to slightly on the cold side the closer you are to the water. Once the sun is at like its zenith at the peak of the day, it feels nice. It feels really warm and cozy. But as the evening goes on, it's almost like that water is like ice cold. And so it keeps the area around it very, very temperate. But once you were on that ridge, you could feel the heat going up really, really fast as the sun was starting to rise.
Okay, so if it starts getting too hot, can't you just do magic to cool yourself down?
It would
Or is
require
that
a lot
not
of
something
magic.
that you all do?
Not everyone can.
I could
Uh,
probably.
And the animals.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, just everybody needs to.
I keep forgetting
Yeah.
that you all can do a lot of these things.
I mean, I can, of course, but the others.
If you get too hot or too cold, just let me know, and I could keep us cool or warm or whatever. So, but I guess if everyone else complains about the heat, then I can't help them. But I'll do it for you.
I should be okay.
You can make it cold?
Well, if it's cold outside, I can make you warm, and if it is hot outside, I could make you cool.
Max is really cool.
Yeah. He just like puts his hands across his chest and just kind of goes, "That's right."
That is cool. So,
Yeah, I can help with the coolness.
if I were in a volcano and you use that spell, could I walk across lava?
You could walk across lava, not feel hot, but still burn and die.
Oh. See a weird feeling.
Wait,
That's great.
It would
What?
feel like
Myth
temperate,
busting time.
but I would be burning, right?
Souls
Yeah.
is
burn,
such
but
a
you
weird
wouldn't feel
feeling.
pain of heat.
Myth busting time.
myth busting. Oh no.
Nipple busting.
The bus.
So
Niffle buffer.
basically, what I'm getting at is I prepared this spell called Brave the Elements, and I can do that for us.
That's my homebrew spell.
How many does it?
Wait,
Sorry.
is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that why it showed up on my list? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron, is it okay that I have that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
Sure, why not?
thank you. Because I was like, wait a minute, why does this sound so familiar?
I saw the face like ticking, and I was like, I have no idea what spell this is because this is not
I'm like-
normal.
This is Brave the Elements.
How many people does it affect?
Up to 8 others.
Up to 8, yeah. But if I cast it at a higher level, I can add one more person per, which I can do. Spending a spell slot that I'm comfortable with spending, I can do up to 10 people.
Damn it.
But I figure there's more than 10 people out of all of us in this caravan, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Easily.
So then I think up to 8. How many are we? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. We're 8, including Max, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Oreo's not with this.
Brave the Honda.
Way to go.
We're gonna say that there's not counting you guys. There's probably about 30 to 40 people in this caravan
But
Oh,
because
Say
there
they
are.
didn't give us tents, so us fending for ourselves is just part of the job.
yeah, I mean, I could
there's-
put dome.
Yep, there's two of the Brontosaurus, there's 4 of the Triceratops types, and 6 Hadrosaurs. On top of those people.
Oh,
We're
so
gonna
I'm
see
so excited.
everyone-
I'm sorry. Like,
No, that's cool. That's awesome. I had no idea. I just figured it was one of the spells that I forgot about. So it's gonna be funny. Like we're gonna see everyone else like sweating and dying, and they look at us, and we're goofing off like horse playing. And
like in the Three Musketeers when he throws the water. Wow.
yeah,
Just make sure you do all the party members and then the 2 sauropods. The two that are gonna have the hardest day.
Who just popped? Was that
Me.
you, kid?
That has my back.
I know.
You hear that?
'cause- Yes. Thank you, Hannah, for the posture check. But you just, so you
popping
just,
all over the place.
you just broke Kindred. I just saw your shoulders go back, and I heard that, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" All right, cool.
Renan, is that a different dog?
That looks like Scrappy Doo.
Puppy
Oh,
fire.
no.
His name is Toby, and it's such a wasted opportunity. I'm dog sitting my aunt's dogs, but he is a scrappy dude.
Toby
I'm
was
great.
my first dog that I ever had.
Oh.
Oh,
And then this is Gracie,
How
but
did
she's
Renan get it?
sleeping now.
How did Renan get it? Yes, thank you, Elvie, for the shout out for Bards of New York. Go check out Bards of New York. They play on Mondays, and they're amazing.
Hey.
Parts of you know.
Hey.
Bards of New York.
You know,
New
one
York.
more thing I was gonna say too is once I finished being confused that people don't know how to use the earth and the elements to help them. He's gonna go, oh, also me and Sander, we got you all some breakfast, some food. And I kept some for later if we needed it. He like pats his pouch pocket. Yeah.
Amazing.
Has tater tots in his
Tater tot, pocket tater tots. Some
Like
people,
a
some
breakfast tater.
Hey,
some
Saul,
people.
give us your tots.
When they were first,
tater tots.
when they were first put in there, were they still warm?
Probably.
Yeah, they're still currently warm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Soul has hot pockets.
No. Wait.
Oh, they're
Soul
just
would need to be wearing
ice
clothing
cold
to
in the
have
middle.
pockets. What is happening here?
He's got a vest. No.
Yeah, that's why he said his pouch.
Oh, that's right.
And my
So
marsupial
apparently
pouch.
furbolgs are marsupials.
Oh no. Oh
Filled
no.
with tater tots.
Filled with hair. This is so disturbing on so many levels. Okay, so
Fucking
moving
gorilla.
on.
While we're huddled, God damn it, where'd it go?
Just everybody, arms out across shoulders.
All right, yeah.
Let's get it. I turn to Sonder, and I'm just like,
Weird. I've been pointing at that little weird huddle as I'm like introducing myself to all the little like heads of function in the camp.
I'm just come up to you and I'm sorry I didn't tell you because we're alone, right? Like I'm just do one quick glance. Okay, so I didn't tell you about everything, but I couldn't. Hope this makes up for it. And I'll reach in my bag of holding, and I'll hand you a decanter of endless water.
Okay. Cool. What's this? Chuck.
Iskra's big sister.
Well, why don't you open it and
This was a new apartment.
take a drink. Try to chug the bottle.
Oh, come on, I thought that was clever.
Wait, did you just tell him to open the bottle?
Yeah, I told try to chug it. See if you can finish the bottle.
He's gonna get UHF fire hosed in a second.
I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Oh, it's never.
Oh no.
Because we're outside, right?
Yes, you're outside.
Okay. Yeah. And I just kind of stand back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Okay. As per
Wow.
the
Pause.
directions. Pause for the
I thought you
directions.
meant the water. There
No.
Was put on the water.
Okay, this stopped flash sloshes when shaken as if it contains water. The decanter weighs 2 pounds, so it's pretty heavy-ish. You can use the action to remove the topper and speak one of 3 command words, whereupon an amount of fresh water or salt water, your choice, pours out of the flask. The water stops pouring out at the start of your next turn. Choose one of the following options.
When he opens it, I say stream.
Produces 1 gallon of water. Fountain produces 5 gallons of water. Geyser produces 30 gallons of water that gushes forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. And as a bonus action while holding the decanter, you can aim the geyser at a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. It must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone.
Guys are.
You said stream.
Yeah, you said stream. No, geyser right to the face. It's like have you ever seen those videos of the kid who holds the water hose gun to his face? Just like,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that's basically what just happened. But just a stream. So it doesn't come shooting out, but it's 1 whole gallon of water. You keep thinking it's gonna run out, it's gonna run out, it's gonna run out, it's good, and it just keeps going.
Saunders he's gonna forget and not close it all the way, so when he's laying down for sleep, it's gonna be dripping. And then when we wake up, the desert is flooded.
The desert is an ocean again.
Oh my god. Alright, so that's
So I
that.
just kind of wait for you to realize that it's not what it seems, and it's just
Is
have
this,
fun.
Is this like a portal to the water realm?
I don't know.
Oh well. Go keep drinking. Cool.
That's salt water, by the way. No, I'm kidding.
There's a bunch of fish and stuff swimming through it. too.
You look in there and you
This
can
water is salty.
Well,
All
we
right.
found a new apartment for Iskra.
Oh no. We'll never find her again. She gets lost in the water, the plane of water, elemental water.
Or does she like absorb it and grow into like
It's not
a
a bounty
yeah.
paper towel.
giant moat?
Just a kaiju
Oh,
bounty paper towel. Thank you very much.
Iskra seems taller than she
I
was
choose you.
yesterday.
Yep. All right.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm
I'm
mad
mad
at the
at
dirt.
Galil.
I didn't.
Because he had the choice.
Choice for what? Wait, what?
To tell us
To tell you what?
that you talked to
Hey, just
Emra.
just drink the water. Kind of hold it up. Just
Just keep drinking. Just keep drinking. All right. You want to do anything else?
there is one thing I want to do, but I feel like I've been doing a lot. So if anyone else wants to do,
Go for it.
going once. Okay.
Just do it.
Who did you say was the? They seem like the more magically inclined peoples of the troop.
The one who more magically inclined. You mean of the
second trade peoples.
the main people?
Yeah.
Spurious Delaz is the one that has Renan's circlet on his head.
Yep.
He's I think there is a woman, Cadasia Vadi. She's the drow woman. Merchant
Can
of
you spell that?
Oddities. Yeah, I'll put it in the
Cadasia
Bless your soul.
drow. Cadasia Vadi and Spurious Delaz.
So I'll round up Ardrin once I see him, like if I see him en route, and look for Cadasia, if she's not busy.
Okay. You have not seen any of the heads of the merchant of the caravan, but easily assume that they are probably within their tent, because they all share the large tent in the middle.
Is there like a guard like outside? Like I can be like, hey, can we go in? Are we permitted to? Audience?
Yeah, because it would be probably Arcadios, the another one of the. It's another guy that you have seen or have met. Actually, that was the guy that Galil and
Who
the
first recruited
Galil.
us?
Yes, the guy who first recruited you would be Arcadios. He's the one who watches the tent.
Arcadios.
So,
Do
I'm like, why does that name sound familiar?
yeah, he's the one that whenever Galil first had his little vision thingy. All right, so you're wanting to talk to him, or wanting to go in?
Yeah, ask if we can go in. I don't want to overstep.
Any particular reason?
I just wanted to speak with Cadasia. Just kind of, I'm more magically inclined. I think y'all said she was the more magically inclined. Not that I want to pry. I just kind of want to get a layout of what to expect and what magic things are laid in place here, so we
And
don't
you
trip
are
any traps. Okay.
You would probably then wish to speak to Spurious. Cadasia is our master of oddities, curiosities.
Well, I'm quite odd myself. That was dumb. I know. I'm sorry.
We'll get no argument from me, but she and I were arranged to have a meeting anyways. Perhaps while my compatriot here has a meeting with Spurious, I could be permitted to meet her.
Sure. Come with me. He leads. So you two, it's just you two?
Unless someone follows us sneakily.
Okay. So then while you two go into the tent, and you see inside Renan and Iskra that are just kind of like, you're not really performing as much. It's almost like, when someone who plays an instrument just kind of just chilling and just playing a little bit. It's
The
very
guitar
super
dude.
casual. Yeah. Just very
They've actually just
casual.
been tuning for 3 hours before into jamming.
We're
I'm just
Looking like we
very
got a little rain
expensive
outside.
artwork right now for the tent.
and
Yeah.
I'm just kind of singing songs that I have found amongst my travels, just making them match the tunes that Iskri's playing, and sitting there like,
Macaroni.
Downtown.
I'm gonna.
I was
have
gonna
to
say
dive
macaroni in a
little
pot,
bit
but
into
sure,
this.
we'll go with that one. That was better.
Yes.
I did that one for Elvie because I knew she would
Yeah,
love,
we're just doing a very chill jazz version.
version of WAP.
Freestyle WAP.
Freestyle WAP.
I'm picturing like bossa nova.
Yes.
Oh no. All right, cool.
Toss a coin to them.
Galil, Sonder, and Sol, what are you guys doing in the meantime? Just so that I have like a picture in my head.
I'll wink at you if you toss a coin to me.
I wanted to ask if meals will be given to us during the trip, or do we need to provide our own?
No, you will be fed.
Okay. All right. I'm
You
good.
guys can have your own snacks and food as well, but
Yeah.
part of the provisions for the caravan you guys are included.
Got all
Don't
these
ex-
sweet, nourishing, rolled a weakened stomach, but you have to bring your own
Base-
trail mix.
Yeah, exactly. They're not gonna let you starve, but you're not gonna get like the amazing feast or anything. All right. So
I was going to be looking at the new whip and just kind of admiring it and just kind of, I don't know.
Like all day throughout the day, we're just gonna hear like random whip cracks.
yeah.
Just wait until Soul also gets the like weird red multi-tier hat.
He's gonna be decked out. It's gonna be great. Okay. Going inside, you see the small little table that had stuff set up on it is gone. There's just a couple of little loungers that are there. And at the moment, nobody is visible except for Renan and Iskra. Everyone's kind of in their little rooms, but Arcadios goes over to one of the cloth doors. Master Spurius, he turns. Mercenaries are wanting to speak with you. So he like steps aside, the thing opens, and hello, Misty Mountain Streaming! Welcome to the stream!
Oh, now we gotta go on break.
Well, hail. Yeah. Welcome. Hope you guys had a good stream. Welcome to the fun.
Just had a good
thank-
stream.
So, dum ba-dum tsh.
Not as good as the stream that I had on the mountainside with
Eloquent.
Alcuin. That was probably the best stream.
No.
That wasn't a stream. That was a miss.
The
I
best.
for-
forgotten about that.
That was
God, why couldn't you just let that leave it alone?
I forgot about that. for a
So
while,
did
but,
I
yeah.
until just
Yeah.
now. Okay. The man that comes out of his room, Spurius Delaz. Let me get back to some of these.
Gonna
His
put a
kind of
hand
mechanics.
on Kindred's upper back, kind of just propel him forward just a little bit.
Okay, well, they're not. He's coming out of his room, not so much into his.
Oh, I know. It's more just making sure that the attention is directed at Kindred and not to me.
Gotcha. Yes. How can I help you?
Oh, I just wanted to be on a first name basis, kind of peruse around. I know you were more in charge of the arcane matters. That's my specialty. I just didn't want to I know we're not in trying to take inventory. I just want to be aware of what traps to not set off. You know how that goes with the arcane, or what traps I can set up to
Sure.
help safeguard things.
Honestly, I am not much of a trap setter myself. So as long as you keep things organized and out of the harm's way of the rest of the caravan, I don't see us having a problem.
Okay.
I'm always
I'm kinda
got
good with
my
swords and
eye out
barriers.
for things. If you just give me or anybody else a heads up on what you are wanting to do, then it should be fine.
Will do.
Where, are you how do I say? Natural practitioner, or did you study somewhere?
Studied here, studied there. Kind of all over the place. But decided to finally get my hands dirty and take the studying and into practicality.
Practicality is not something you see often in mages.
Have to be well rounded. And I'm just gonna like trace a circle in the air as like minor illusion before it disappears after a few seconds.
He's
Nothing
into
fancy.
practical magic.
Oh wow.
He made.
What's the shape? No.
Oh no, he made the joke. It's time for him to go. Can someone please find us a new mage? I hate comedy. He just kind of like,
Square.
God,
I'm stupid when I get nervous. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
there is nothing to be nervous about. I am sure you and your friends are going to do a great job keeping us safe.
That's the goal. What was that? Oh,
The
yeah.
Source.
the source, the source is outside.
The
Judging
diamonds
by
and
the sound,
dino
it's
in.
the end of Fred Flintstone's day. So
Well, did he look busy like when he came out?
No,
Okay.
I was like, just kind of relaxing.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick walk around the area then, just to get a feel for everything.
Sure.
I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Just wanted to stop in, say hey, who I am, and in case you see some magic, probably me.
I had a feeling. I gave you the once over when we saw each other last night.
What's my score?
Sufficient. And the rest remains to be seen.
I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just kind of bow and I go to like leave, but then I like right into Ardrin and I'm like, and then leave.
The curtains open and Cardassia comes out. I thought that might be you.
Oh God.
I was so hoping you were gonna do that. Ma'am, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Travis.
Travis. She raises an eyebrow. Come with me, Travis.
And he will sidle on up.
Her room since there are I think it's just the four of them, yeah? Yeah. Is more in the inside, not the one close to the door. She's on the inside and to the left. As that way also Renan and Iskra know which you've seen which room hers. Hers is inside and to the left. She leads you in, and it's like stepping into someone's room that has blackout curtains. Like for whatever reason, the walls of the inside of her tent have like extra hangings on them to make sure that it keeps out all the light. There's still,
I know that feeling very good.
there's still a fair amount of light on the inside just from like a couple of candles that are lit enough, or lanterns that are lit enough to provide enough light to see, but it is blocking out the outer sun. As I said the other night, it's not often that we see some of our own type above the surface.
Judging by the accent, Ardrin's going to dip into speaking proper Drow.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to experience my native tongue once the opportunity presented itself.
Your accent's very particular. What city you from?
See, now, if Aaron and I had discussed this at some point, I would have had a written down answer.
See, okay, good. Because I was worried that I had missed notes somewhere, and I was like, I'm sure he's told me at some point, and I don't remember anymore. I don't have it written down.
Oh,
Dragita.
you know, the big one.
Mushroom Town, you know.
You know, with the one with the buildings and the things.
I still vote for Dragita.
We'll say,
Because there's actually a few like major ones, and they're all escaping. One's with an X, one's with an M, and I can't remember what they are.
pick one if you wish. If you wish. Or just be vague. You can also do that for now, for the time being.
Oh, I'm trying to actually remember what that one's called, because it actually would be probably where he would be from.
The Deep South.
No, that's just the Underdark in general. That's why he has the accent. That's been the joke since day one. Thanks for catching up to the rest of the class. Now, I would look this up afterwards, but
Yeah,
it would
for
be
sure.
One of the main, it would be one of the main cities.
Okay.
Whichever one would be like a Lolth affiliated space.
Cool.
Nothing's fake.
I never did manage to get that direction, but I know of it. What as far as I'm aware, there aren't too many people who find their way outside of that metropolis, if you will. At least not with all their limbs attached. You do have all your limbs, don't you?
Well, play our cards right, and maybe we'll do a head count later.
Dang.
She
Head count.
she kind of
Oh
just
my
like there's a little bit of a smirk and just goes,
But well, I've always been prone to finding opportunities to take me where I would rather be.
an
Can't help
opportunist.
it. Well,
Imagine that in your profession.
I have to imagine that you follow suit in that to some degree, ending up here yourself.
Perhaps after some given time, we can better become acquainted and share a little bit of our stories.
I would much appreciate such an opportunity.
I will say that as you guys are speaking in Drow, she definitely doesn't have, her intonation is not that of from one of the cities. It is definitely like, it is not as proper.
Does it sound like a drow that spent most of their time above, like was born above ground and learned it more as a second language?
No, this is just someone who probably wasn't affiliated with any of the cities. How did you find yourself in the company of such a strange and diverse group of individuals?
Well, I'd have to go all the way back to the beginning to express the causation of that oddity. But suffice it to say, once you make it up here, you gotta have to find work, and mercenaries are a transient bunch. You will find new people, lose others. Some of them decide to stay behind, and you pick up new ones. You're gonna shuffle the deck, I suppose would be the best way to put it.
She goes and sits on the cot that she has. Her room, as opulent as this merchant master's tent is, her particular room is decidedly very plain. it's nice. It's comfortable. But compared to all of the pillows and silks and everything else that everyone else seems to have, it's a simple cot, with a simple blanket. She's got a chest of things off to the side that is closed and latched. On it sits the lamp that is very clearly of Underdark make.
I don't want this to sound like a creepy question because it can't help not being that, but how is she dressed? Very plain, very ornate.
Understated compared to the rest. You can tell she is wealthy. She's got in her silvered hair, she's got a couple of like those little combs that have some bejewelments on them. But that's like the extent of it. No necklaces, no rings. Her belt looks like it's made of very fine leather. Her clothing and tunic and pants that like is tucked into her boots, like everything is very orderly. Very precise.
Very practical, utilitarian.
Very practical, yes. Well, I look forward to the next couple of days getting to know you then. You and your companions.
Well, I hope that knowing them is a secondary concern to your interests.
It might be. I guess we'll have to see. There is definitely more to you all than meets the eye, and of that I am very grateful for.
I can't help but express the same about you.
She sits. Your wizard friend doesn't seem too keen on me.
Well, he likes to apply the word jealousy, which means that he is scared of losing something he has. But I assure you, the word to use is envy, because he wants what he doesn't have. Wink.
I was gonna say, he does realize that by technicality, all of you belong to me. Well, us.
Was that a bit of a slip of the tongue? Who works for who?
Oh, don't worry. It is very much not me. Lee is the head of this family household. But I, as the master of oddities, am the one who might make a few of the final choices.
Is there anything of particular interest that you find, any particular oddity that you find interesting about us as a group or as individuals? Other than my friend's expressed envy.
You could say that. I would like to know, Travis, of what interest are you to Lady Amaranth and those Thayan bastards?
I'm going to step in nice and close, inches away from her own personal space. And then I'll breach that distance by whispering into her ear in full drow. I imagine the same amount of interest as those jars you happen to be shipping.
You are a perceptive devil, aren't you?
I've lived this long by paying attention. Opportunity and all. I take it we see each other now.
That we do. That we do.
I would like to continue our conversation further as time goes on, but I'd rather not overstay my welcome this one stay.
I think we are going to become the best of friends, you and I, Travis. The very best.
I would like that so much. I'll take my leave now.
She just
And I'll take
nods.
her head.
Has he just been
I
like
couldn't help it.
pressing
I'm
against?
sorry.
No, you're
Has
fine.
he just been pressing against the gauze curtain this whole time? Just making this like weird
The
print of himself?
the fingernails tearing down the edge. Oh
Like when she leaves,
my!
I'm just there in the window watching.
Soul's gonna go ahead and cast a Braving the Elements to cool him down.
Amazing. Well,
Someone needs a cold shower.
And Arjun
Oh.
just coasts out on a cloud of smug.
ooh, yeah, that was pretty great. All right, I think with that we're going to close for tonight because I can't think of a better way to end that one.
If I'm being 100% honest, that's what I've been hoping for the entire week, is that exact scene at
That's
that
awesome.
exact end.
Nice.
Awesome.
Renan, what were you gonna say?
So I posted in campaign art
Hmm.
the outfits that I picked up for Iskra and I.
Oh, very nice. All right, here in the here is the link to our Discord for those of you who aren't already part of the Knights of Silver Moon crew. If you do wish to come and check out some of the things that we post as far as like art for the stream, everything, then you can go ahead and check out our Discord. Yeah, come hang out with us. You can see there in the Discord, if you go to Knights of Silver Moon, if you scroll down to Knights of Silver Moon D&D, you'll see the campaign art, and that's usually where we post pictures and such of the things that are in the game, both currently, past, whatever. You can find that stuff there. Ooh, I like that. Nice.
I think according to that costume, though, Iskra would be sporting a lot of underboob.
Oh,
She's like, yeah.
What does that
yes.
have to do with monk shit? Would probably be her
Oh my god.
I spent a good minute, like while other stuff was going on, going through a bunch of like different outfits, and I'm like, nah, that won't work because Iskra can't do monk stuff.
Nice.
It took me some time,
Yeah.
but I did it. I like
Fair
it.
enough. All right. Well,
I just
on-
have to make sure I use some tape before I do any flicks.
oh no. We'll get
Real
you in
hot
touch
monk
with.
shit.
Yeah.
Kim
Real
K them
hot
down
monk shit.
with tape.
Yep.
Oh, I suddenly miss working burlesque shows. Just all the double-sided tape that you could ever imagine.
I bet. Well, on that note, that was amazing. Amazing. I got so red on the inside. I don't know if it came out on screen, but oh my god, I cannot stare at you,
Damn it.
Arjun. I cannot make eye
I
contact with you.
noticed the white balance shifted quite a bit on your camera at one point.
Yeah, with your blue light, it feels like I'm about to go to a 3D movie with the red and the blue.
You got it?
Shut up. The worst. Oh my face. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to go take some lessons or something from someone how to like counter these things because you were just so smooth. Jesus Christ.
You know
very
it was
smooth.
good roleplay when you make your DM blush.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
sentence
Here's-
right there.
Here's the thing, though. He typically instigates it, so really this is his fault.
Yeah.
Dirty
Absolutely.
boy. You know
Yeah.
what you were doing.
Oh my god. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us here at Game
I
of
do
Santos.
believe we have one little final.
Yes. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. For everybody who came in and those who came in with Misty Mountain streaming, normally Thursday nights we aren't streaming. Tuesday nights are our normal game, but this week we had to switch to a different night. So we will be back next Tuesday for a continuation of this story. Monday nights we have right now Kids on Bikes, a Stranger Things-esque styled Kids on Bikes game. That is the name of the game. Which has our Iskra and Sonder there playing a brother and sister, Bijan and Daria, Abtine. I think the last name. Yes,
Barry Lannister.
I got it. They're amazing. Oh, freaking no. They are amazing, and I love them. And it's DM'd by a Dreamy that's usually hanging out there in chat. But yeah, so that's us. We're here Knights. We're Knights of Silvermoon, and we play games. So thank you for coming in and hanging out.
If
Go
you
ahead.
join the Discord,
Oh yes.
if you join the Discord, we play video games there. We hang out. We do art. We say good morning to each other. So come be part of our.
That is true.
Wonderful, loving little circle.
Cool.
It's
But
true.
wait,
Yeah.
if you join in the next 5 minutes,
But that's not all.
but wait, there's more. But yes, Kindred was a Kindred. God damn it. Soul has an
Yes.
announcement. Go for it. Go ahead, Soul.
All right, so I do want to let everyone know that I am a production assistant for a Sherlock Films movie. We are doing a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter at the moment. We're pretty close to $20,000 raised. So if anyone can do me a huge favor and please click on that link on the Kickstarter and share it on your social medias. We're really trying to get the word out for people to check it out. Oh, also, it is not kid-friendly, just FYI. This is a rated R Sherlock film that is supposed to be more correct in the original author's intention of Sherlock. There you go.
So if you like authenticity,
Yeah.
like it.
There you go.
Get over there.
Alrighty. Otherwise, I think that about covers it for our any like post game announcements that we have going on. Once again, thank you to all of my wonderful players. That you guys rock, and that was a lot of fun today. Looking for, and I feel like like I have to wait a whole another week, but this is kind of like not bad because it's like, oh, it's what 4 days, 5 days, not even.
No.
I know, I'm ready. I'm ready for more already.
Yeah, because we get to start off with the caravans going, so it's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be great.
one more week passes to my crown.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes.
Oh
forget.
no. No.
But Jesus, I am not ready for that. I totally forgot. But yes, thank you to everyone who hung out with us in chat today. Thank you for the raiders. Let's go continue to give the love, and we'll go try and find someone who's not probably about to end. Hopefully. As it always seems to be. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. For your raiders, I'm gonna go ahead and play our intro over again, that you can kind of see all the characters and the little bits of that, and then we'll go to the cutscene. All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Bye.
Oh, I might taco. I just might. My whole corneation.
At the gates, I think of many Encyklopediaer jawrikmelte. Särskilt solsiden nästan röstarna. Sensiga.